The following broadcast is brought to you by
Elite Performance,
What's Poppin' Corn Snacks? Printed Memories.
Revved Up Tattoos,
The Fighter's Friend.
Doc Sports Service,
The One's Kitchen.
Inner Beast Sportswear,
BW Sports One, sports media marketing and design. Check us out at BWSports1.com. It's another original BW Sports One production. What is going on? What's poppin'? That's right. That guy right there's the one. This one's the lion, and together we are the Dukes of Football.
Dun, 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 dun. My bad.
You know,
I'm just
I
get ready for Saturday.
almost went the whole season without hearing the hail to the victors. All right. I could have done without it, but I understand totally why you did it.
Yeah,
Big-
it's one of those type of days. What's going
big-
on, my brother? How was your holiday?
It was great, groovy, fantastic. I don't know. I just got a headache all of a sudden this afternoon, but it's probably because I missed my whole morning session. I missed my workout. I missed my coffee. I missed my protein shake. I missed my everything this morning because I had to do one last test, I think, from a follow-up of last year. Seems like all good.
Well, I am happy everything is all good, my brother. It would be very boring without you.
Right. Well, I hope. And how was yours, sir?
Hey man, it was kind of cool, man. I got some cool gifts, got to hang out with the family. That's the best part when you get to hang out with, the loved ones and get to share the joy. I think that's what the real Christmas spirit is about, since the Jesus guy wasn't born on December 25th.
Yeah, never was.
Not at all. So, regardless of what started the pagan holiday, this is really about family, and I got to enjoy it. So that was what it was about. So,
Nice. A lot of football happened. A lot of football happening, getting ready to happen, really. Tis the bowling season, folks. The bowling season is coming to an end with the major bowl games coming up this weekend. We've seen some decent play over the past couple weeks in bowl. I mean, not yes, I agree with you wholeheartedly. 6-6 or less. Jesus, holy hell, or whatever. But at least
how the hell we get less? We can't.
do what?
How the hell we get less? We can't. If you don't win 6
Hey.
games, we shouldn't even be talking. Like, get out of here.
Well.
Like, you're looking for a new coach.
Hey, you're looking for a lot more than just one new coach. Jeez, holy heck. Hey, really quick, I want to bring this up.
Bring it
I
up.
kind of want to leave it in a little bit of revved up ridiculousness, but this is just too hype for me. With it going into Michigan's, Final Four weekend, do you believe any of the rumors about the coach?
Who, Harbaugh?
Yeah,
As in what rumors? Him going to the NFL?
NFL rumors again. Yeah,
And I'm not really paying that much attention to him. Neither are the 7 Michigan pages I follow. I'm really talking about it that much. I know it's He's a high profile. He was an NFL guy. I know he was a Colt. Yeah, Colts fans actually like Harbaugh, regardless of what Mel Kiper said 40 years ago. Again, I agree. Who the hell is Mel Kiper? Where did you become an expert when you never played the game? But anyway, no, I'm not worried about it. You know what I'm saying? Because the only job that he would be that I think would be interesting to him would be the Colts. And right now, your Michigan situation is in a much
Ooh,
better place than going to the Colts.
I would wholeheartedly 150,000% agree with that statement.
I think he flirted with the waters. I think he liked Jim Harbaugh is a guy who likes control. You know what I mean? I don't want to say it's like a Nick Saban type control, but he wants full control. And I think that for that, you have to stay in college. If you go into the NFL, you're not going to get full control. It's not going to work that way. And then these are grown ass men too. So stay in
Yeah,
college.
there's a difference between coaching boys and coaching men. Yeah, we all say, "Oh, he's 18, 19, 20." Yeah, but his mentality's not there yet. He's still a pup. Yeah, you gotta let him mature a little bit.
Now, if he wins the national championship, then we can reopen this conversation because I guarantee you he will go back to the NFL at some point in time because he wants that Super Bowl. You
Yeah,
got Spar, so um,
he's
but
looking
you
at
get
his
paid more.
brother like, "Man, this is messed up."
Yeah, and you get paid more. You get paid more in college. You
Yep,
know what I mean? Your
yep.
leash is a little longer in college too, as he can say.
This is very true. He has definitely learned that.
No, revved up ridiculousness. I think I had one and then I forgot, but it was actually really ridiculous. Like I don't even know how ridiculous it was, but it was ridiculous.
Hold on, let me see.
But I got on
Uh,
here at 6-6 bowl games,
oh
but
yeah.
I thought of something else on the way in here, and I was like, "Ooh, that'd be great!" And ooh, it's gone.
You know, I got some. No, you know what? I'm gonna save that for the Lions Den. So let me just
Oh,
hold that.
Snapple!
Yeah, I'll hold that.
Oh, Snapple!
So what we were talking about, though, Revved Up Ridiculousness, is brought to you by our friends at Revved Up Tattoos, 317-537-2667. Call them today to schedule your next ink therapy or piercing therapy session.
One of those things.
Mhm.
Hey, I got a question for you, bro.
Yo.
I think I need to hit this thing here.
Mm,
Nope, that's later. That's what we're looking for. They got out of order.
that's all right. That's all right.
It's an elite performance question of the week.
Brought to you by Elite Performance. Check them out, 765-499-1005. Elite Performance, where the dream of elite fitness becomes a reality. And
And you can
more.
be as big as the Irish Hulk.
Red Hulk, Irish Hulk, Sh- Mini Seamus.
Mini Sheamus. He's not quite that pale, but he's close.
Good point.
No, I thought of this one a little bit ago. Thought it'd be good for the holiday seasons, especially with the how we feel about our sports across the board. So my question for you, Dan, and the people, and if they do chime in our comments, what their three things are, or yeah, their three things are throughout the show. We will read them on the air. So three
Okay.
things that get out of the trash can, cat.
Meow.
Oh, we got to do cat. Three things that what is it? I can't read. Three things that you would want to happen in 23 in the sports world.
I'm gonna have to think on that. I mean, obviously, number one, Notre Dame become prominent again, but we'll see if that happens.
Prominent is such a loosey goosey word.
Well, their play has been loosey goosey, Damon. So that's why they get the loosey goosey effort. Damn them,
Assholes.
right? No,
So
I'm gonna have
mad
to
at you, baby.
ponder on that one.
All
I
right.
like to
Well, you
hear.
got time.
I would like to hear what other people say throughout the hour. Do you have something already?
I know I have one.
Okay.
One would be I would like to see the WNBA and the female side of things push as hard for their own league as they want the men to push for 'em. No disrespect or anything like that. I love watching the NBA, WNBA. I enjoy what these ladies do, but we can't be the ones that always have to push your narrative. You know what I mean? We can't market to little girls. You can. That's one thing I'd like to see.
Uh, okay. There's one thing I'd like to see. You mentioned something, so I'm gonna kind of backpedal off of it, or piggyback off it, not backpedal. Is the marketing in sports? I want you guys to. I would like to actually see good marketing, good moral marketing. Um, yeah, that's very loosey goosey, but that's what I want to see. I want to see some
Now, is that
morals.
on a large scale? Or is that more of a hometown? Um,
It can be
Not
both.
really hometown, but you know what I mean, like a local or regional type of deal.
I mean, it could be both. Honestly, I mean, because you see the NIL, which this is going to come out of the Lions Den here soon or later, but you got the NIL making their way across the sports world completely, and we'll talk about that later. Just market it
Hey,
with morals, man.
hey,
That's all I gotta say.
the only thing I gotta say on that is they wanted that can open. They
Well,
wanted
they
that can
did,
open.
and it is
So
completely peeled open.
it's open.
Mm,
So I mean, you opened the can and you didn't put any regulations on it. You know what I'm
yep.
saying?
Say,
So what do you think was gonna happen? Just wait till one of these college kids or we did cheerleaders start doing OnlyFans.
could happen. What do you mean
Yeah,
could?
but
What do we
good.
mean could happen?
But I mean, there's a difference of them being on the social media, but then being in their likeness. You know what I'm saying? Like it's crazy, bro. It's getting ready to get wide open, and the
That's their
NCAA can't
likeness,
do shit
right?
about it.
I mean, that is their likeness.
That's across the board, bro. It's getting ready to get outrageous.
Yep. Yes, it is. So definitely
It's all right.
chime in, guys. I want to hear this.
I'll talk to them. I'll talk to the NIL people about Elijah when he hit middle school.
Got to start that retirement plan.
You know what I mean? So we go ahead and get us a hair product. We could be the replacement for my guy Palabalu.
I like that. I like that message.
Message. All right, so yeah, just all right. So just put in the comments what your three things would be to go across the sports world. Doesn't always have to be here on. We just went across the sports world. I do have a couple things. I mean, one thing that I like in football too. So we'll get to those things a little bit later on. So three things that you want to see happen across your sports world. Elite performance. Yeah.
Boom.
So
Pow.
we're boom. Pow.
You know what we're doing? We're popping into the next segment of the show with what's popping. You know what I'm saying?
Pop, pop,
What's
pop, pop,
popping? There
pop.
you go. Brought to you by our
All
good
right,
friends
now
at What's
go ahead.
Poppin' Corn Snacks. Check the best gourmet popcorn around and make it your own with custom labeling. Check them out. What's poppingcornsnacks.com today.
Awesome. So, as you guys know, we normally do what's popping. Ooh, I didn't mean for that to go. Wait, it's fine. What we normally do with what's popping is we talk headlines or interesting storylines around college football. Right now, there is none. It's all bowl games. So we're going to switch it up a little bit. We're going to actually do our college picks now because we actually have stuff to talk about for the NFL.
Mhm.
So we'll do the college part of our picks now, and that way we can actually get discussion when we go over the particular games. Does that work for you,
Oh,
sir?
yes, sir. I like it a lot.
So
I
I'm legging
like
it
it.
up. Leg it up.
I like it.
So the since we were last around, we had like 1,000 bowl games. Some of them were good, some of them were not good. I forgot which one I was watching earlier. It is a really good game. There was a game on last night that was really good too. I just can't remember the teams, but
Uh,
yeah, man.
was
I
it?
guess I could look.
I was gonna say that's what I was trying to find. Was it the East Carolina game? No.
No, it wasn't that one because that ended up being a blow. I think it was a day game. It was like a 4 o'clock game or something.
Mm, let's see. Yesterday, Georgia Southern and Buffalo. You had Memphis and Utah State. Yeah,
Memphis and
East Carolina.
Utah State.
Okay,
The Buffalo was good too. The
that
Buffalo
was a
was good.
close
I
game. That was
mean,
a 2-point game.
yeah, it was a pretty good game for it to be, a 3 o'clock tip off on a Tuesday.
Right. And then
So
I
people
just
like, well,
can't.
what are you doing?
I can't fathom though. As high as Wisconsin was supposed to be this year, the way they ended their season, 7-6 with the win over Oklahoma State last night. But man, that's rough. That's
Man,
rough.
that's exactly how I figured Wisconsin season was going to be. They're a one-dimensional offense. You know what I mean? So you weren't going to go far, especially outside of the 10. So yeah, they're right where they go. But I feel that they're going to improve dramatically with the Luke Fickle hire coming
Mhm.
from Cincinnati.
Yeah, I could
So
definitely see that, and I
everybody thought
agree
he
with
was going to
that.
be their parent to, yeah, it's going to be, yeah, Wisconsin's going to open it up a little bit. I mean, I think they're going to still be traditional Wisconsin football because it's Wisconsin, but I think
The
they're going
Big
to
Ten.
start to, yeah. So I think they're going to start to open it up. As you can see, the Big Ten has gotten better as the offenses have gotten better. If you look at it, started with OSU, still Big Ten football, but they've got
Mhm.
spread out material. Then it went to Minnesota. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? So now you're starting to see it with Michigan, still traditional, bang your mouth Big Ten, but they got guys on the outside that can get up and down the floor. So field. So the
Field.
Big Ten is
Field.
different.
It is. It is. I like seeing the Big Ten kind of back to superior play, I should say.
Yeah, upper echelon play. And this lets you
There
know
you
that
go.
the SEC is only top heavy. Just putting it out there. SEC is only good at the top. Because
Very true.
Missouri.
All
um Sir, before we flip into these games, I guess I'll show you what our current standings are for the network.
How in the
Looks
hell
like
is he
Sean
doing it? How
Sean is
is he
trying to pull
doing
it off,
it?
bro.
Yeah. Damn.
He's steadily trying to streak away.
He is. He's pulling away from me. He's got one on Tim. Ah,
Yeah.
man.
He's damn. He's up on me. I'm never catching him unless I just rig the shit.
Well, seems to be the thing to do.
Well, I'm not a rigger.
That's
Oh,
classic right there. I'm not gonna lie, Damon. That right there. I am not a rigger.
I hope everybody's audio is clean and didn't
Oh
hear
man,
that.
I hope so, because especially when I said it. Hell, somebody's gonna
Oh,
be
that's just
playing games on us here soon,
yeah.
I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We're gonna get it. So there you have current standings. So let's flip to the first game. So first game we got the Capital, and these are all the traditional New Year's Six bowls. You know what I mean? Not doing none of the Alamo or the Gator. We're doing the big boys.
The upper echelon.
Right. So first game we got the Capital City One or the Capital One Orange Bowl. You got the 6th-ranked Tennessee Volunteers at 10-2 versus the 7th-ranked Clemson Tigers at 11-2. Tennessee without their Heisman finalist quarterback. So obviously their offense is going to look a little different. Is who the hell is the quarterback for Clemson? I mean, shit, they've had 6.
Man, and I think obviously Dabo Sweeney has never really had that problem. He's always had that go-to quarterback. You know, he had Deshaun Watson, then he had uh, shoot, what's his name?
Trevor,
There you go,
Mitch McConnell,
Trevor
Mitch
Lawrence.
McConnell from Dazed and Confused.
Yes, there you go. Yeah, those. I mean, there's 8 years right there of his time in Clemson, and now he's had to work for it. So, are we seeing again? We've talked about that. You know, the ACC teams are kind of catching up with Clemson, or is it just going the other opposite way? You know, Dabo just hasn't had that quarterback that he's used to, and now things are teeter tottering. Now you put him up against a team in Tennessee who, man, so yeah. We're not riggers, Tim. We are not riggers. You got a team in Tennessee that they were good. They had the MVP or the Heisman Trophy in my mind. Heisman Trophy candidate behind the. All right, just making sure. He was the Heisman in my mind before he got hurt. Now we're here. So
yeah, Blake Corum was my Heisman finalist before my Heisman winner before he got hurt. I'm just saying. Yeah.
What a rigor.
Yeah. But I think this is actually going to be a pretty decent game. You know, Clemson started to finish the season off outside of quarterback play, started to finish the season off pretty well. Defense actually won most of the games for them. Tennessee has a lot of weapons. It's just who's going to get these weapons, who are going to get to these weapons. So, so we have weak quarterback play, and you have great play on all other ends of the team. So we actually think this would be a pretty good game to start us off on a Friday.
I think so. I think it will. I agree with that. It's going to be a good game, but the winner will be Tennessee.
Me and Sean, I'm gonna stick with Sean.
So is that what you do? Because everybody so everybody is aware of what happens. Everybody else sends their picks to the network group text. Damon and myself, I don't know what Damon's picking at all, and I send mine directly to Damon. So nobody else knows what me and him are doing, but we know what everybody else is doing. I just don't know what Damon's doing. So I see his game now.
Have you seen the records?
Yeah.
Okay, so obviously I haven't been doing that.
Well, not until lately. Hold on.
I'm
gonna give Ben, Big Ben, damn him. He's calling during the middle of the show. Big Ben, I just want you to know that the One and the Lion are live right now on the Dukes of Football. And you consistently call during the middle of the show every week. We love you, brother. Why don't you hop on YouTube and join us? I'm going to let you go now so we can play on TV, all right? I'll talk to you after the show, buddy.
Damn it, Benjamin.
Oh, man. God love him.
He goes every week.
God love him.
And it's not like he doesn't comment.
I know. He said, I just heard, I'm working, man. I'm sorry.
No, so a good game. All right, Next up, we have the All-State Sugar Bowl. And this is between number 5 Alabama 10-2 and number 9 Kansas State 10-3. Really not sure why Alabama was even talked about back at the Final Four. We had this question before. He said, "We're nerd."
Welcome.
No, we've had this conversation before, back when they was picking the Final Four. And listen, Nick Saban can politic all he wants to. In my mind, 2 losses, no national championship. period. But he's got a good team, or he's got a good quarterback.
I was gonna say, I mean, Alabama is Alabama. I will say that this game right here was probably one of my harder choices, honestly, because of the play that we've seen Kansas State being able to do. However, Kansas State, just to me, is so wishy washy from one week to the next. You don't know who you're going to get. They've had a major downtime, and I think Alabama is obviously used to that more so than Kansas State is. So I think that should play a big role in this game.
See, this is the cool part about these 6 bowl games. So these guys haven't played since the last week of November, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So you've had it's different. You've had a month to prepare for one team.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like preparing for a team over a week or with the NCAA tournament where you get 24 hours or a week to prepare for the next time. But you have a whole month. I know Saban is whatever, but you give Saban 1 month to prepare for one team in one game, bro. I don't like Kansas State's chances at
No.
all. And I feel that Bryce Young, who's going to be the number 1 pick, he's going to be number 1 pick, period. But I think he's going to make a statement on his way out the door.
And in that sense, the winner will be a roll tide across the network.
What did he say? Alabama by 80.
I think it'll be a lot closer game than that. I'm thinking what the spread was only, I think, 6. If that's 5.5, 6, 6.5, somewhere around there. If I was a betting on this, I want to get the max points I can. I'll just say that.
Yeah, I like the number where it is because Alabama's defense is not as dominant as it has been. And Kansas State, when it's on, is an exciting offense. So we'll see who wins out. But
Yes,
most
sir.
of us think it's going to be Saban.
Yeah, every one of us think it's going to be Saban, unfortunately.
I mean, you gave him a month to prepare.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Yeah, it's bad. All right, so next game up is the first semifinal game of the college football playoff. That's the
All right, folks. Well, that's it for the show. No, I'm just.
I was like, what the hell happened? You got the Vibro Fiesta Bowl. You got number 3 TCU 12-1 versus number 2 Michigan 13-0. If I wasn't watching the Michigan girls game right now, I would play Hell to the Victors in the microphone.
Excuse me. So he thinks that TCU is going to pull off the win. I get it, man. It's tough. It's a hell of a game. No, seriously. This right here, in my mind, should be the most lopsided bowl game in the realm of the big games. I honestly think that TCU is no match for Michigan this year. I honestly think that Michigan is the only one that's going to defeat them this year up until the final game. I don't think TCU has it.
I like TCU. TCU is a good team. It's another team that you didn't talk about last year, and then again, the next year they're in the Final Four. You look at, I saw it. You look at it like as in Michigan 2 years ago. COVID year, they win 4 games. You know what I'm saying? TCU 2 years ago, what was they? 4 games, 5 games? Transfer portal, new coach, new scheme, new things. Michigan hits the Final Four, beats Ohio State for the first time. TCU does the same thing, hits the Final Four, even though they lose the last game, but they had put themselves in a position where it didn't matter if they lost the game, they were going to be in the Final Four or not. They're a tough team. They're a hard team to beat. You know what I mean? A hard team to prepare for because you got everybody saying that they're not physical enough. They don't do this enough. They don't do that enough. But they always seem to find a way to win at the end. I think this game is going to be a little closer than people think it's going to be. but I think the physicality of the Michigan defense and that run game that's just going to it's almost NFL like. It's I mean, it's Harbaugh's offense from San Francisco. You know what I mean? They got the plays to make outside. It's a play action off the running game, and they got a solid running back. They thought they was going to go down when Blake Corum got hurt, but they forgot they was having 2 running backs getting 100 yards a game. So it wasn't all about Blake Corum. So Donovan Edwards is going to come in and fill that role quite nice, as you can see what he did against Ohio State in the Big Ten championship game, or Ohio State, and then in the Big Ten championship game. So I'm not worried about the running game at all. But TCU is a team that is hard to beat. They don't quit and they'll stay. But I still think Michigan pulls it off in the end.
You know, I love Big Ben just because he talks shit to you and Sean all the time about your 2 teams. I just find it funny. Damn. Like I said, I think Michigan's defense is better than we've seen it in a long time, and I think, like you said, the defense will just they'll demolish TCU in the end. When TCU is used to showing us who they are, to coming back and all that, I don't think they're going to have it this week.
No, there's a different mentality. Last year, Michigan hit the Final Four. We were satisfied. Aiden Hutchinson and all those guys were satisfied with the win against Ohio State. Hey, we made the Final Four. We're here. You can see the way they played Georgia. They were starstruck, the kind of way I was talking to a friend of mine a couple weeks ago, and I was saying I equated to when Notre Dame hit the Final Four for the first time, and they hadn't been there in that position in so long. They were starstruck. And then when you realize where you're at, you look up and you're getting your ass whipped. This year is a different mentality. We've been here. This is more of a business trip. Not saying they're going to win it all, but they're not going to be a rollover. You're not just going to blow them out.
Yeah.
So that's what we got.
Damon picks TCU.
John
is the only sole Horned Frog fan this week, folks.
Hey, now we'll say Texas Christian University is one of the best party schools in all of collegedom.
I have heard that.
Well, I know it was back in the 90s when we drove down to the town that I can't pronounce.
So how far was there from Paris?
Oh, a good 3 hours, 4 hours.
Okay.
Texas is huge, bro.
Yeah, it is. I'm so proud how you back your teams, even when they say, "Hey, Big Ben, I'm right there too. I'm a Reds fan.
Hey,
I'm an Eagles
your
fan,
team in the Final Four, Big Ben? Is your team in the Final Four?
Oh, he's a Penn State guy, isn't he?
So is your team? Hey, who waxed your ass?
Look at that! Look at that! Wow!
Who waxed your ass?
Wow! There you go. IUP rules D2 in the party scene. Good to know. Maybe we need to do a college campus, like what do they call them? Where you get a map and they circle different things. You got to find things. Scavenger hunt.
Scavenger hunt.
Yes, we should do a scavenger hunt.
We should do an adult scavenger hunt in Fountain Square.
Ooh. I like that.
I do.
I like that. Well, pay attention, folks. 2023, we're coming with all kinds of stuff. Big Ben, I know what you are, damn it. Come on. We're playing the Cox this week. Hopefully we win. Damn.
Oh, all right. So, John, he's the guy.
John, you're the guy this week, man.
All right, so let's move it up to game 2 of the CFP semifinals, the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, number 4 OSU, 11-1, lost to the Memphis Chicken Wolverines, versus number 1 Georgia, 13-0, defending national champions, might be the most non-talked about defending national champion ever.
I can't disagree with you, man. They have been slapped in their face all year long. They have been overlooked as the number 1 team one week that I know of. They're national champs. Nobody has beaten them. Why
In
they
2
moved
years.
in 2 years? Why they have moved to number 2 at all throughout the whole season at all is beyond me. But we
To
know
Alabama, no doubt.
exactly to Alabama. Georgia is the number 1 team for a reason, folks. And I'm not sliding on Ohio State, TCU, or Michigan at all. But Georgia are them boys that know how to play. They just need to work with their family to get it going. No, I'm just joking. I just wanted to slide a little bit on my buddy Brian Kelly. Uh, but yeah, man, let's call it a spade, man. Georgia is the number 1 team for a reason. They've been number 1. They should have never left number 1, and they remain number 1. And I don't see much of a slip up at all, if any, against the Buckeyes this weekend.
Hey, Georgia's been a top 5 defense all year, but they haven't been talked about. They shut offensives down. Ohio State is one of the most powerful offenses, has one of the brightest young receivers in Marvin Harrison Jr. I mean, their receiving core is just ridiculously talented. But here's the problem. Michigan exposed it 2 years in a row. These guys aren't tough. This group of OSU Buckeyes, this ain't the Buckeyes that beat Michigan 8 years in a row, won the first CFP football championship ever. You know what I mean? These guys are soft, and you show it. You see it later in the games. Notre Dame exposed it earlier, but they couldn't complete it. They couldn't complete it. A couple other teams in the Big Ten exploited it, but couldn't complete it.
Penn State.
Penn State. Michigan went to the shoe and completely dominated it. And Michigan was at the time, we were still, gaining ground on our defense. I think last year's defense was really fucking good, but this year's defense is a little bit better because they come at you from all angles. It's not just a Jabo and Hutchinson. It's like everybody. So this team is going and this Ohio State team was just not ready for the challenge. Georgia's a physical football team. So unless CJ Stroud and who is he? Lieutenant William Riker's little brother, the coach, Ryan Day. Unless they got some statistical fortitude pills over the last month, I think it's going to be just about the same. I think Georgia wins this game and wins it. I don't want to say handily. The score might not reflect how dominant Georgia wins this game because they're tired of being disrespected. They're tired of being looked over as the number 1 team all year. They're tired of being disrespected as we just won the last year. We brought back all these people. Plus, Stetson Bennett is the oldest quarterback in all of college history.
I agree. So let's see who's going to be that guy in this game.
Booyah.
That guy would be super kicking it himself, Mr. Stephen A. Stephen, you are that guy in this game, just like John is that guy in the last one we talked about. Good luck.
All right.
But it looks like pretty red right now.
Good luck. All right. We've been rambling. By boy, speed this up.
We
I'm
have.
looking at our TikTok. We're going. Next up, Goodyear Cotton Bowl. Classic 16 Tulane, number 2, with 11-2 versus number 10 USC, also at 11-2. This game is going to be a very interesting game. A lot of people don't know about the Green Wave at Tulane, but a very quality football team with skill position players that have NFL talent. Everybody sees USC like, oh my God, USC, Pac-12, they're the greatest USC. One thing, Heisman Trophy winner Caleb Williams is not playing. Whole different USC team.
Whole different USC team, agree. But I don't know. There's just something, and they're probably going to bite me in the ass this week again like they have in the past. Something about Southern Cal is just telling me, man, we're just one step away from seeing the old Trojans take the field. I don't know, man. I don't know. I agree that a lot of people don't know the Tulane, don't know that Green Wave, don't know what they're about to see. We know what's coming. I just think Southern Cal is going to be a little bit too much for them over time, over the full 60 minutes.
I like the big boy mentality, just push around a little smaller non-power five conference. But without Caleb Williams, I don't have zero faith in the Trojans until next year.
Ooh. Ooh. And on that note, there's
Foul.
two of those guys in this game. Well, good luck, folks. Good luck.
Good luck. And then our last bowl game of the season until the national championship game. We got the
Prudential.
exactly Rose Bowl game. You got the 11th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions 10-2 versus number 8 Utah 10-3. I'm just gonna tell you like this. I'm tired of putting any faith in Utah. You have burned me 98% of the time. So there you have it. You already know who I'm going for.
Oh man, I had to do it. I had to do it. This is the saving grace for the Utah Utes to me right here. I'm sorry. I think Penn State is a damn good football team. I think Penn State will be confronting Michigan and Ohio State tremendously over the next couple years in the Big Ten. But man, I'm gonna give them one more shot, D. One more shot. Utes, you got one more shot.
Can't do it. I'm going with the Big Ten on this one.
Mm,
I can't do it.
mhm,
I can't do it.
It's funny.
Penn-
We got a Penn State guy on the thing that
Yeah,
goes against this team, and
that's
we all.
twice this season.
So that means we're lost because we all know what happens when that happens on the network picks.
Yeah, yeah. You
Go
know
against
exactly
Notre
what
Dame. Notre
happens.
Dame wins. Go against Southern Cal. Southern Cal wins. Go against Penn State. Penn State wins.
And here I am, just stick with my old sorry ass teams. All right, so that is the last of our college bowl games until next to the national championship game, which will be next week or the week after or whatever. Who cares? I don't know. So now it's time for
The big boys.
the big boys. Real quick, NFL headlines. We'll go through this real quick.
All right.
Let's see who's up first. Team staying alive.
Staying alive. Staying alive.
These guys just won't go away. And at the top of the list are the damn Steelers. Just won't go away.
Staying alive.
And listen, this is a perfect ending. This is set up so perfectly for the Steelers. You got the Ravens this week, still without Lamar Jackson. This time we don't have Trubisky throwing 90,000 interceptions. Hot boy Kenny Pickett. You know what I mean? Then we got a shot. We got a shot, baby. We got a shot. And then if Cincinnati happens to pull off the upset, they might not play the last game of the season. You know what I'm saying? It can happen, bro. It can happen.
And you remember, you're starting. I think your starting or the start of the season prediction was 9-8, if I'm not mistaken, for your boys.
Yes.
And mine was 8-9.
Yes.
First year that Tomlin doesn't have a winning season, and look where we are.
It's exciting.
Man.
This is the most exciting race to the end for me.
Obviously, great. I got a little bit more in it.
Yeah. You got some other teams that's just barely trickling. You know what I'm saying? Like in one of our games this week, Panthers and the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? The winner of this game is probably going to win the division. So both of them are under 500. And it's sad. So there's a lot of opportunity. There's a lot of teams. I mean, you got some other teams that just barely staying alive.
Sorry, what? I don't know what happened.
You got some other.
I was trying to. Yeah. Oh, yes. I'm sorry. I was looking at that list, and I thought I heard you say something, but wasn't ready for me, and then I just heard silence. Yes. Tell you what, man. Yeah, exactly. Detroit. I'm not gonna lie, man. I like Detroit. I think Detroit is the Rudy Rudiger of the NFC this year. If that makes sense to you, Damon, I know it does you. But if
Oh, it
that
does.
makes sense to a lot of others out there, and if it doesn't, please DM us and I'll explain it to you. But the Detroit Lions, Scott Schroeder over at Boomer Button Box, check him out. The plug, a shameless plug
Yes.
for you, Scott.
Shameless.
He's a
Love it.
Detroit Lions fan. He's from Michigan. He lives in Louisville now. I like talking to him about his Detroit Lions because he gets fired up as much as we do for our teams. It's like, man, you haven't had shit to be fired up for since Megatron, and
And didn't have shit then. You know what I
it
mean? He
didn't have
was
anything
just
to
a
go
lone
with it.
soldier.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you had Barry Sanders, nothing else. You had Megatron, nothing really else. Now you actually got a team. Now you got a coach that wants to coach
Did
there.
they go in the draft for? Did they keep Jarrett, or did they go in the draft for a quarterback?
Mm.
And crying Detroit fans want to know.
Yeah, so if I was picking it right now, if I had to say, I would say you are not going for a high draft quarterback. You keep Goff. You get a fourth, fifth, sixth round
A
quarterback.
diamond in the rough.
Hopefully for your team for that sake, yeah. But I don't think you go very high. I think there's also some free agency that could play into things. I think maybe Lamar Jackson could be a move for the Detroit Lions, and Lamar looking at it and saying, well, they do have a competitive team. Let's see. That could be something to work with. I don't know. If it is, you heard it here first.
Well, that means I'm gonna skip this one and come back to it
Uh-oh, did I
and go to this one. Yeah,
damn
Carr
it.
Rogers Mayfield.
Damn it.
Carr Rogers May. We'll come back to it, but Carr Rogers Mayfield, Lamar. Do they all play where they're at, or do they all find another place?
I know they all for the first question, they're not all playing in the same uniform next year as they are now. Derek Carr was just benched. I don't. I think you just saw the last in Vegas of Derek Carr. So there's another possibility for Detroit. He's not that. I mean,
Indianapolis.
he's not. Well, that too. He's not that bad of a quarterback. I just think that once again, he's not been given a lot of room to grow with the organization because they haven't put much around him. They finally got Devontae Adams for him, but if you can't keep him protected, you can't get the ball to Devontae Adams.
Everybody else got hurt too. You know what I mean? You had your tight
Yeah,
end Worley hurt. You had
yeah.
what is
Jacobs
his
is hurt a
name?
little bit.
Yeah, then you had the wide receiver, number 13. You know, he was hurt. Renfro, he just came back. You know,
Winfrey,
they
yep.
had a lot of injuries, you know what I'm saying, on both sides of the ball. I just think that it's organizational issues with Vegas. You know what I mean?
Absolutely
You had
100%.
Gruden, then you had Josh McDowell. It's just not, I think he'll be like a Matt Stafford when he goes to a different organization that has structure.
I can see that. I can see that,
So
and I
he
like
won't be
that.
coming to Indianapolis.
I like that. No, he sure as hell ain't coming. There is no structure in the Colts right now, folks. None whatsoever.
He's gonna take over for Tom Brady in Tampa.
Ooh. You heard it there first, folks, right here by the one.
All right, so Denver fires first year head coach just after 15 games. Should anybody else be going? Because Russell Wilson is not $250 million is not going anywhere. You're stuck with him for the next 2 years.
I mean,
Should
you got to
you
figure
revamp
something
your front
out.
office, pay the decisions of making that head coach move? I mean, I think you got to
You
get
got to figure
everybody.
something out. Yeah, I mean, you brought Russell Wilson in, you paid him an ungodly amount of money to do absolutely dick the whole season, and
That's right.
then yeah, your coach cannot coach the players, the roster that he has. Obviously, it's got to be something missing between Wilson and was it Hackett. What's his name? Nathaniel
No
Hackett.
job it. Yeah, no
Yeah,
job it.
no job, no job. I am not job. Um, yeah, I mean something's obviously going on in Denver. They have a new the new group of ownership Did that take place this year, or does that go into effect next year? I can't remember.
I don't remember. I can't quote on
Yeah,
it. I think next year.
and honestly, I don't know if that was the best thing. I'll just be totally honest with you. Maybe it's that whole debacle there that's causing a shitstorm over in Denver. I don't know what's going on. The marijuana must be really, 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 really strong over there in Denver because nobody can catch passes, run the ball, throw the ball, score. So,
Or maybe Russell Wilson is just really not that good. Pete Carroll.
message.
Uh
Who
last thing. Sean
am I?
Payton, the
Who
Sean
am I?
Payton.
Who am I?
You- Chew that gum, Jay Leno's cousin. The Sean Payton talk has ramped up again.
Big time.
Where do you think he falls? Any suggestions?
I
Think
would
he
say
comes here to
Indy.
Indy?
There's one possibility. I mean, he did
Bring him in. You
say
can bring in Derek Carr.
he could. I mean, you have full reins, and I think that Ursay. I'm not gonna say he'd give him full reins as far as just 100% freedom. Excuse me, but I do think that Ursay is smart enough, kind of like Jerry Jones was back in the early '90s when he brought Jimmy Johnson in and gave him control. Here it is. You run it how you need to run it and win. I think Sean Payton could do that. I think Ursay is one of those guys that would sit back and say, "All right, man, just give me my pills and win games," and it could happen. Another place I could see something happening is Miami. Miami seems like a very, very stretch to some because they just got the new quarterback, or not quarterback, new coach, newer coach, I should say. But there's still some major issues going on in Miami. I don't know if it's I don't know if it's the NFL doesn't like Miami. I don't know what it is, but there's just something there in Miami that I could see going awry.
I don't think they're getting rid of their coach. He's exciting. He's young. They like him. The team thing. Their issue is Tua. Now they're putting themselves in a situation where you have to deal with the Tua controversy. I mean, because
Two
for one,
acre,
I didn't understand why. I was just for one, I didn't see why they kept always wanting to talk about a new quarterback Miami when he kept doing what he was supposed to do. Now that he has these concussion issues, now you're forced to go get something. You know what I mean? You got to do something. I mean,
Troy
maybe he
Aikman.
can go, but maybe he shouldn't have played the rest of the year. It had as severe as the two back to back. Maybe he should have set out. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot there, but I think the coach is safe. Sean Payton, I think there's a lot of places. I like the Indy idea because he's coming with a quarterback. He's not coming by himself. So you got either Rogers won't come here because Irsay's not paying that kind of money. He's not picking up that ticket. So
No.
I think it's either going to be somewhere like Derek Carr, maybe Jimmy.
Baker.
I don't know. Definitely not Baker.
You don't think Ursay would like him to fit in with Indy?
I don't think who Baker. No,
Baker.
Baker won't fit
Ursay.
here. No. Nah, Baker Ursay is, and I like the Sean Payton idea, but Ursay is stuck on Jeff Saturday, and it is good and bad. You know what I mean? It's good that he's sticking to his decision and giving this guy a shot. It's bad because you're putting your friend in a no-win situation.
Very true. Well, he knew that
So
when he took over the job, in my opinion.
yeah, I don't know.
So maybe it's not just a reason that Ursay is keeping Saturday around like that. Maybe there's bigger plans or more longevity plans in Ursay's mind for Saturday. Who knows?
Hopefully, they got getting back on the pills because they were winning football games and competing for championships when he was on the
That's
pills.
what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
All right, let's knock out these games, bro.
All righty. First up on the docket, we got my man's right here, the Pittsburgh Steelers, sitting at 7-8. First year that Mike Tomlin may not become 50% in the win bracket versus their
5-5-5.
rivals. Yeah, 5-5-5. Versus their rivals, the Baltimore Ravens, sitting in the second spot. It's second spot, right? In the
Your
NFC.
Chris Berman is terrible.
Man, all right, 10-5 Ravens.
At least I knew who it was, though.
It could go all the way.
Nowhere. Good game. We spoke about it earlier. Big win. Pittsburgh has been playing great football of the last couple weeks. Pickett, without the concussion, has been looking good, throwing the Pickens. We look pretty good after getting rid of Claypool. Chicago looks pretty bad after getting Claypool. Message.
Yeah, that was
So,
total
there you go.
message. Total message on there. And yeah, I think it's going to be a good game, Damon, but I'm sticking with my guns, man. You might
you have
beat
to. You have
Cincinnati
to.
You might beat Cincinnati next week because the situation may awry. But this game's going to tell it all. Is Mike Tomlin going to go above 500 yet again, or will this be the first season in his head coaching career at the Pittsburgh Steelers where he does not hit the 500 mark? He falls short at .467.
The key is Mitchell Trubisky's not playing.
I did hear you say that earlier.
Yes. Not Mitchell Trubisky.
This one right here is a head scratcher. It is not the pick itself. It's just what happened to these teams, man.
Well, one's old and the other traded away everybody.
Good point. Sounds like the Cincinnati Reds of the NFL.
So there you have it. You got traded away everybody. Don't know who the quarterback is. Panthers, who
That's
can
6-9.
still win the division.
You're right.
And
nuts.
you have the old ass Tampa Buccaneers. Everybody's on crutches or walkers. So,
or in divorce court. That's 7-8, leading the division at 7-8. Only two of you going to be those guys in this game, and I hope you guys are, because I'm sticking with the GOAT himself and the Tampa Bay grumpy old men.
I went with the GOAT because I don't know anybody on North Carolina. I mean, Carolina Panthers team.
Hey, side note, since you mentioned North Carolina, I did see we got the number 2 point guard prospect coming.
I did see that. But if they keep sucking the way they are, he's going to decommit.
Man, yeah. I might have to come on the state with you to talk about them boys one of these days soon.
Oh, speaking of the state, shameless plug, we will return January 8th. That's a Sunday, 10 a.m. The state of basketball returns.
Pow!
NBA talk.
Pow! Big matchup here in the AFC. You got the number 1 seed in the AFC overall, the Buffalo Bills at 12-3, going against the team that started off a lot underachieving at the beginning of the year, now has really started to play back to the team that we seen last year go to the Super Bowl in the Cincinnati Bengals.
Well,
big game.
Normally when you have a piece of your body taken out, probably not going to perform to your highest standard. When he got 100% healthy, Cincinnati got better. Joe Burrows. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, the dude had a knife next to his pecker. So he wasn't all the way there the first couple games of the season.
See, hold on. Time out. Real quick. Side note on this. This is why I'm scared shitless to go get a vasectomy. Okay? I've had plenty of friends do it. My brother's done it. When just the thought of your penis being close to your genitals being close to a knife, it just scares me, man. It just scares me. There's not enough volume to give me to let it happen knowingly.
Aren't you asleep? Don't they put you to sleep?
Nah, man, they don't put you to sleep.
You're awake?
Yes. Fuck that.
Why?
Yeah, no.
Why do you want to shoot blanks?
I mean, I'm fine with. I'd be fine with shooting the blanks. I just don't want to go down that route. If
Oh
there was
yeah,
a way
yeah.
to, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, to work it out differently, I might think of that. But no, I don't know.
No,
All
no.
right,
Yeah,
back
I
to
mean,
football.
why do I have to shoot blanks? Why don't you go shoot blanks?
You're right. Dukes of medical practice. Hey, don't tempt us, Tim. Don't tempt us. We'll come up with some crazy shit.
I'll put a warning label up on this bitch in a heartbeat.
Oh, you thought we needed a parental advisory sticker before? Holy
We are
hell.
not licensed doctors
Yeah,
like Dr.
do
Phil.
yeah. Do not listen to this other than for opinionated facts.
Right.
All right, back to football. 12-3 Bills, 11-4 Bengals. Big matchup in the AFC. Damon, what you thinking?
I'm gonna stay in the division, man. Buffalo looks a little. They've been looking a little sluggish lately, man. And the Von Miller not being there is affecting that defense a lot more than I would anticipate it had been. I like the Bengals, man. I hate that they are my division because I'm a Joe Burrow fan, man. The dude is cool as
You
ice,
got a
man.
Joe Burrow jersey yet?
No, and I won't. I
I know.
won't. I
You'll
won't.
get
It has to
a
be.
I
Hey, I'm
know.
gonna be
You'll get
racist. It has to be
a
a black guy from
I
a Hall
know.
of Fame.
You okay, well, so no, never
So
mind.
Cincinnati might not get one.
I'm trying to think,
Who
man.
they got? Usman Gonzaga?
Was Usman Zada in the Hall of Fame?
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
don't think he
I
is.
mean, who you got? Did they
Well,
have
you
a
got
running
Chad
back?
Johnson. That
Eh,
Ocho. Get the Ocho.
if it's the Ocho Cinco jersey, I
Yeah.
don't want the Chad Johnson. I want the Ocho
No, you
Cinco
gotta get the
boy.
Ocho Cinco jersey. Speaking of Chad Ocho Cinco, I'm gonna hood up our good friend down there in Miami to get him on the show one of these days. I keep telling
Please
him I
do.
am. I'm trying. I'm trying.
We
Maxwell,
might
my buddy, you know I'm talking to you, man.
Mad Max.
Brian
Mad
Maxwell. I think
Max.
he's got a fight coming up. So good luck, Brian.
Hey, another shameless plug. Speaking of fights, March 4th.
Boom, boom, boom. Southern Indiana Combat Production is going down March 4th in Evansville, Indiana at the Evansville Veterans Memorial Coliseum. Come out, support. Tickets and t-shirts are on sale now. Check it out on BWSPORTS1.com for all the hap. No TJ, who's your mama isn't? Ocho
Icky
Cinco is up.
Woods. Wasn't that the running back, Icky
Ooh,
Woods?
yeah. Icky
I don't
Woods.
know if he's in the Hall of Fame either. So
I don't know.
watch it be some damn lineman that we've never heard about.
Well, I
It's
know
definitely not gonna be Chris Collinsworth.
I know that they have a lineman that's in the Hall of Fame, and his name is Munoz, Anthony Munoz.
He's not a Negro,
I know. That's what I'm saying. I
but he's
just
a
know.
minority.
I said, there you go. See, change your thought pattern. See, this is what we do here at the Dukes of Football. We help. Never mind. We're trying to rig it.
Oh yeah, this is getting worse, folks. All right, my good man. We played around enough with these damn picks. Let's get to the nitty gritty of the gritty ditty. My man has something to say, and he has the floor.
I have a major concern with what we've been talking about for the past 4 years. It is now here. The NIL in high school. It scares the shit out of me knowing that I have my daughter getting ready to go to high school, knowing I got my niece and nephews getting ready to go to high school in some years to come. What's that going to be like then? That's, I mean, are we going away? Well, let me paraphrase this real quick. We are going away from education. We all see that in a daily basis because you have your buildings that our students are in, our kids are in, falling apart, but yet they got $150,000 football head coach um, salary. You know, you got certain things like this. When the NIL moves into money, I'm scared of it. Damon, I mean, I don't know how you feel. I know yours. You got your last, your baby girl is a senior now, and then you got your littlest one coming up. Here in a few years, he's ready for them NILs. Look, he's like, here, message. No, but seriously, I mean, I'm happy, but I'm scared at the same time. If that makes sense at all, I'm happy that people aren't just putting their bodies at jeopardy for forever, that they're going to have the potential to get something. However, I'm scared on the same sense that this is going to take education completely out of it. So where is that going to go? Why are we going to spend tax dollars going to teachers that aren't there? I mean, how is this going to happen? That's what's scaring me. Teachers already need paid, in my mind. In my opinion, teachers aren't paid enough for what they do. And for what 9 parents out of 10 parents want them to do until they do it, and then, oh, hold on here, wait a minute, you can't do that to my kid. It's one or the other. And this NIL thing, I think, is a disaster waiting to happen. Like I said, I'm happy, but I'm scared.
Um, I think it's still gonna be more of an issue when it comes to the college age kids, because the thing that the high school kids have the event, or the high school kids, is they're still minors.
Hmm.
So you can't enter into a contract with a minor without the parent. So I have a little bit more
Now you
faith
see why
in
I'm
the,
scared.
yeah. I mean, you can be like, it's no different than getting your kid into modeling, getting your kid into acting. You know what I mean? Like all these kids on Nickelodeon, they got contracts, but those contracts are done with their parents,
Hmm.
and to on the behalf of the child. So yeah, we've
Right.
seen instances where parents are assholes, but more often than not, these kids are good kids, and these parents are good parents. So I feel if you're being offered the NIL deal, you already put your kid in a situation where everybody is I mean, are functioning adult, so to speak, type deal. I mean, that's how I look at it. You know what I mean? Because you can't, like, Eli can be the baddest dude, can be the number one ranked defensive end coming out of the class of 2030. You know what I mean? But if they want to give him money before he turns 18, you got to come see me. So no, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. No, we're not doing that. If it's beneficial for his success, yes, we'll do that.
That's fine. But
Yeah,
nine times,
but
well, I don't want to say 9 times out of 10, but it's probably at least a 50-50 split on these parents and what they're doing it. The reason behind what they do certain things is it really for the benefit of their
I'll,
kid?
I'll go less than I'll go less than that.
I don't know, man. The whole school
Uh,
system and the whole, you know as well as I do, man. All high school athletics is nothing but politics nowadays.
it's still nothing but politics, but here's the thing: they're still minors. So, what are the thing you have to deal with the parent? Like, I feel that I don't know, I want to speak for everybody, but I've been in the youth scene for quite a many years now, and
Mhm.
I see more good or good-hearted, good-thoughted parents than I see the bad ones. The bad ones get weeded out along with their kid.
And that's unfortunate for the kid.
Well, if the kid is acting like the parent, then it's not unfortunate for the kid.
Well, then that's a different story, obviously. But I'm talking about, I've seen several times where the parent is not acting like a parent, is acting like a complete jackass, and the kids over here sitting there like, man,
Oh
yeah.
my God,
And
that's
then
my
all of a
dad.
sudden,
Oh.
yeah, and then all of a sudden, you don't see him on the team anymore. You don't see him on the team next season. You know, I'm gonna keep my mouth. I'll say something. I'll tell you something off the air. I'm not gonna say it on here.
Yeah. Oh, I've seen it. I've seen it. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy. But over and all, I think the NL, I was skeptical of it anyway, because I'm always your payment is your $100,000 plus education for free. Granted, I feel that they need some type of income to survive on a
Hmm.
college campus. I get that, you know, and I've always said to put a larger stipend in their scholarship. You know what I mean? Where they have this extra lucrative money. But if you're giving these dudes $1 million contracts, what incentive do you have to go to school? Not everybody's like Chris Paul and Vince Carter who go back and get their degrees. You know what I mean? It's much more than a piece of paper when you get these degrees. It's
Hmm.
about being able to put yourself in successful situations if your athletic ability fails you. You know what I mean? So that's yeah. So I was always on the side. I was never into the NIL, but it's here, is what it is. Go get that money, boo. Because these universities are going to get the money. I understand the argument. They're going to get the money. You can go get your money too. You're an adult at this situation. High school is different. You gotta control the high school. You can't let these people just come in there, you know what I mean, just because he's a 5-star athlete, number one recruit in the country. No, you can't do that.
Hmm. And that's what I'm worried about.
But it's the way of the world. We got gambling in sports.
Hmm. Yes, we do.
Legal.
And Pete Rose is still banned.
Oh, Petey Pete Pete. Pete 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 Pete. Well, I mean, just don't bet on. I mean, he might have got away with it. He might have got away with it if he'd have bet on somebody else. But
He
I
didn't
get
bet
it.
on him to lose.
Right, I get it. I get it. You better. Hey, I bet on my team to win, so I'm gonna do whatever it takes for my
Yeah.
team to win. I get it, but shit, man, we just had somebody just. Did we just have an assistant coach somewhere
Yeah.
like in the last
Uh,
2 days?
shit. Yes. I can't think of it. Yes. And now that you said that, I meant it. And then, well, you had a UFC trainer, a UFC guy, manager and stuff. UFC's not working with him anymore because he was rigging. He was the rigger of a fight.
Oh my god. On that
Phew,
note, I'm
you
giving you
got anything?
guys
You don't have anything for the ones thought or the ones up?
the one I might. What is it? The ones up?
Ones up.
The ones up is pretty simple. Everybody be safe out there on this awesome holiday weekend. Oh, I remember the ridiculousness.
Uh-oh.
Bro, it's ridiculous here in Indiana. 5 days ago, it was below 20.
Yeah,
Today
that's gonna
was
be
damn near
50.
50 degrees.
Yep. Yep.
That's ridiculous. But
Total ridiculous.
everybody enjoy yourself. Be safe this weekend. If you go to drink, get an Uber or stay your ass at home. I don't know how many people watching outside of Indiana, but we had some dumbass drive on the canal last week.
Wow. That was totally stupid. And you know what? Here.
Not
One,
once,
no, not once.
twice.
And then finally send it into the water. Hey, really quick on that note, Damon. I've known people that have been killed by drunk drivers. Just recently, somebody very young was killed by a drunk driver. Another one, very close to me, was paralyzed in an accident involving whatever. Uh, Guys, like Damon said, man, just be smart. It's not worth taking. It's not worth putting your life in danger. It's not worth putting other people's lives in danger. It's literally a lot cheaper to call an Uber than it is to kill somebody and be thrown in jail for vehicular manslaughter or whatever else. So just be smart.
Yeah. Take care of yourself and take care of your people. Enjoy your holiday and all that good stuff. That's the ones up. Add to the stream, Damon. Yes, okay, I'll do it.
And you can find all our friends that should be your friends because they're our friends in Elite Performance. What's Poppin' Corn Snacks? Printed Memories, Revved Up Tattoos, Doc Sports Picks, My Bookie, The Fighter's Friend, The One's Kitchen, and Inner Beast Sportswear. And check out all our friends at the network. You have Checkers and Wreckers, the state of basketball. Super kicking it with Steven just a bit outside combat zone, and us here at the Dukes of Football. Hey, I did hear tomorrow on the BW Sports 1 channel, Checkers and Wreckers will be having a show because our wonderful friends over at Habib's Funeral Snake Pit, whatever it is over there on the damn page. Thanks for the 500,000 followers, though, by the way. Appreciate it.
I saw some shit the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I hate all of you.
Oh, man. I have nothing but love for them all. I love them all, Damon.
I'm not that loving. I'm not that loving.
Yeah,
I'm an
see,
asshole.
This is a fake face. This is a fake smile. This is me telling you that you're not number one, people.
Hack somebody else.
Boy.
I don't
Anyway,
know. From here at the network, who is this guy over here? The Lion, the
boom,
one, and
bam.
everybody else in the network. We wish you a awesome 2023. Hope your 2022 ended the way you wanted it to. Into your 2023, be successful, loving, be proud to be who you are.
And as always, Damon, what do we do?
We keep indie sporty.
Woo! And we hitting the button for the last time in 2022.